When Olympians gather in Park City, they call it the Olympics. When they gather in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, we call it a Tuesday. I'm here at Howelsen Hill, the oldest operating ski area in North America and home of the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club. I'm Chris Paoli, your American Dream TV host, and I'm really excited to introduce you to one of the best organizations in North America for skiing. Well, I'm here with Brian Krill, who's the executive director of the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club, and we're standing here in Olympian Hall, which is a really special room. And Brian, thanks for joining us. Thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about, all these crazy flags which are around us.
Yeah, sure. It's obviously part of the tradition here. We had our 100th Olympian go to the Olympics, last Olympics out of Steamboat, and pretty sure that's the most Olympians from any city or town in the country, summer or winter.
That's amazing. And I think these flags represent an Olympian, every one of them?
Everyone represents an Olympic appearance by a Steamboat Springs athlete.
Wow. I was looking at the stats. It was 100 Olympians, but 180 appearances?
180 appearances. It's an amazing tradition, and obviously, it gives all the young kids that aspiration. They see this.
Well, we have the upper end, which is all the guys going off to the Olympics, but then, really what the club does, in my opinion, is this is just such a foundation of Steamboat for all of the youth here.
Yeah.
How many kids do you guys touch? It's amazing.
Yeah, we have over 1,300 kids in our program, summer, winter, year-round. We serve 51% of the kids in this school district. It leads to success at the highest levels is all the multi-sport. They get to do jumping, they get to do cross-country, alpine, they do it all, and it's a great venue to do that at. One of the things that's special about Howelsen in particular is that access. This is unlike really most places in the world where kids can just come here after school and get literally world-class training without all the hustle and bustle of a destination resort.
And one of the biggest traditions in Steamboat is the Winter Carnival.
Yeah, that started right along with the ski area and the club. 111th year this year, and that too. There are very, very few traditions in the sports world or the communities that celebrate something like that year after year, and it's largely the same as it was over 100 years ago.
Snow in the streets, and everybody's participating in activities, being pulled by horses and things. I remember being dragged behind a shovel. They were on a shovel behind a horse.
Yeah, there's not many places you can see an 8-year-old going off a jump being dragged by a horse down Main Street. It's the heritage here. Yeah.
Well, this is a really special organization and a huge part of Steamboat, and I really appreciate you taking a minute to chat with us.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
We got super lucky here. We got Grey Barbier, who's on the Youth Olympic team, and he's about to head off to Seoul tomorrow. So thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. And Grey, you've grown up here. I had 3 kids. You grew up through the Winter Sports Club program. What was that like? How big of a part of your life was the Winter Sports Club?
Yeah, I've been in the Winter Sports Club program probably since I was 5 or 6, always Nordic skiing. And I'd say the coolest aspect for me is just being able to train with the same teammates for upwards of 10 years. Gotten really close with some of them, really good friends. A lot of the coaches, even ones that aren't coaching me currently, are still a big part of my life and impact me and support me.
Well, so, growing up here in Steamboat, the Winter Carnival has been a huge part of every kid's life. I remember my guys, all 3 of my kids participated in the street events and everything. What was that like for you? Did you do the things getting pulled behind a horse and going off jumps and everything?
Ever since I was 5 or 6, we'd get out here a couple hours early and strap lights all around our poles and bodies, and the night show is one of my favorite memories throughout the years. Yeah, mixing in with all the other disciplines that maybe I don't see every day, and fireworks, all sorts of light. It's
as a kid, it's definitely one of the really unique experiences that you have here.
Yeah.
So, but you've taken this whole Winter Sports Club thing to the next level. When did you really make the turn to say, hey, I'm going to go for the Olympics?
Yeah, I hadn't raced internationally until last year. I've always been looked up to international racing and World Cup and all these high level events, but pretty much just go into each race as hard as I can, and we'll see where that goes.
How have you been able to manage all of this with school and going off to college and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'd say my favorite part about doing endurance sport like Nordic skiing is I'm able to train in other ways like running and biking and things I enjoy anyways. It's easy to put in hours when you enjoy what you're doing.
How's the community or the club been in supporting you with kind of balancing everything? I'm assuming that your coaches are integrated into your whole life. You're at this uber elite level and living sort of like a normal Steamboat kid lifestyle.
Coaches are really great in helping me personalize my training plan, tell me what I should be doing each day. They're really helpful in adjusting to my other parts of my life like school.
Well, I know you're going off to Montana State next year, so it's going to be really exciting to see kind of what happens here as you kind of transition going off to compete internationally, go to college, and then I'm sure I'll be reading lots of articles about it. It all sounds pretty exciting. Thanks for taking a minute to join us and appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here at Howelsen Hill in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. I'm Chris Paoli, your American Dream TV host, and I look forward to seeing you at the next episode.